We have so many interesting people in the greater West Bloomfield area of all different backgrounds, all different life experiences, and some of them are celebrating big anniversaries. Here to tell us more, joining us live is our very own Jake Schaf.
Hey, Tyler, good morning. Glad to be here. And you are absolutely right. Every person here in Greater West Bloomfield has their own story to tell. But William Felsenfeld's life has taken him on many different paths worthy of so many stories. And just last Monday, he celebrated 100 years on this planet. He spent most of his life as a teacher, helping several young, brilliant minds. But he was also known for his second career as an actor, model, and performer. It wasn't something he envisioned for himself at first, but a chance trip to a bar with a friend presented William with an opportunity that set him on a course for stardom.
He said at this bar they have 3 men that do lip sync to recordings. And on Monday nights, they have volunteers who were willing to do a lip sync recording of a novelty recording. So I took my records of Danny Kaye, who was a very popular actor at the time, and performed one of the records that I had learned to do when I was home. And I won $10. There happened to be an agent in the audience, and he approached me and said, "How would you like to do this as a living?" I went into this one bar, and the boss liked me so well, and the audience responded very favorably. So I learned more recordings and got a contract for 7 weeks with 2 7-week options.
Eventually, William made the jump to being a character model, appearing in several ad campaigns over the years in the greater Detroit area, including a very prominent campaign for a local news station.
For the next 40 years, I was a character model for almost every professional photographer in the city of Detroit. In 1966, Channel 2 ran a campaign called Watch Channel 2, the Watchable Channel. And I was Mr. Watchable. I wore a bowler hat. My picture was flashed on the air many times between programs. And also my picture was on every bus in Detroit and even on the billboards. It sort of made me famous. Everybody thought that I was making a fortune on that, but I didn't. I think they paid me $1,500. And then after the campaign, my agent called and said, "You know what? You should have made a lot more on that."
Even though he's retired, William still gets paid residuals for his work, as he was a member of the Screen Actors Guild, appearing as an extra in several movies and working alongside actors like Al Pacino and Danny DeVito, which, working on bigger productions like these, has led him to some very humorous situations.
I did an episode of Unsolved Mysteries with Robert Stack, although he wasn't in the episode that I was in. And for this, we went to Columbus, Ohio, and filmed it in a cemetery there because it involved a funeral. And I played the part of a priest. And interestingly enough, one of the funniest things that happened at breakfast in the hotel before we went to the location, the waitress asked me, "Would you like a menu, Father?" Because I was wearing the white collar that I got from a friend of mine who was a priest. And Shirley and I had a chuckle about that. That was really funny.
Of course, as was mentioned earlier, performing was not William's first love. He did have a long career as a teacher, but even before then, as a young boy who developed an interest in airplanes, William was determined to become a pilot and to help serve his country in any way he could.
My parents took my sister, who was a year and a half older than I, to a small suburban airport. And I remember seeing these airplanes with two wings and open cockpits. And from then on, I had this avid interest in airplanes, and I always wanted to be a pilot. I made myself available for the draft as soon as I turned 18, and I immediately tried to get into the Air Force, but one of the requirements was to have at least 2 years of college. But in March of '43, they waived that requirement, and I immediately signed up to go into the Army Air Corps. I did not get into action. I was not in danger at any time, except during my training, which at times could have been very dangerous.
We do, of course, thank William for his service. Life can take many different twists and turns, and for the past 100 years, William has taken on every new adventure with joy and excitement, and had this to say when thinking back on what he's enjoyed the most from everything he's done.
Well, I've met some wonderful people in the advertising business, and I really can't tell you how wonderful that was. They were the most marvelous people because we shared this interest and this profession, and we respected each other. There was no jealousy involved in anything. It was just the most satisfying thing that I've ever done. And I wish I could do it today.
Would you do it all over again?
Yes, I would.
Living life with no regrets. It was an honor to get to speak with someone with such a vibrant life like William. A happy belated birthday to him, and a thank you for sharing his incredible accomplishments. Back to you, Tyler.
And Jake Schaf with us live. We think so much about these different people we talk about and we talk to across the community that have so many different life experiences. William Felsenfeld, one of those people that kind of takes a little bit of everything into his life experience from all different corners of our community. A great story on a wonderful man who is now celebrating 100 years with us and living right here in the Greater West Bloomfield community. Congratulations to William and happy birthday, happy belated birthday as well from our entire team.